Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a really complex and, often hidden topic, emotional manipulation. We're going to look at the techniques people use to control others, basically by pulling at their emotional strings.
So to get started, let's bring in a concept from our source material called dark psychology. And look, this isn't about everyday influence, right? This is about the much more coercive and manipulative side of how we interact, where one person is actively trying to get an advantage, usually at someone else's expense.
If that question resonates with you, you are definitely not alone. It's actually a key sign that you might be dealing with some emotional manipulation. So today, we're going to unmask some of the core techniques so you can start to see those strings for yourself. All right, first up, we are tackling one of the most disorienting and, frankly, insidious techniques out there, gaslighting. Okay, so let's really dive into this definition from our source. The goal here isn't just to, disagree with you. It's to systematically tear down your confidence in your own mind. It's all designed to make you feel like you're the one who's the problem. So, have you ever heard stuff like this? These are absolutely classic gaslighting tools. When a manipulator says this, they're not just dismissing your feelings. No, they're actively invalidating them. They're telling you that your emotional reaction is flat out wrong or totally exaggerated. And here's the thing, this isn't some new age buzzword. The term has a very clear origin that honestly perfectly captures the whole dynamic. Someone literally alters reality and then denies it, which causes their victim to start questioning their own sanity. This basically lays out the entire playbook. They'll deny things you know happened, they'll project their own flaws onto you, and they'll intentionally create confusion. And the whole point of all of these tactics? To destabilize you, to make you easier to control.
All right, let's move on to another really powerful tool in the manipulator's playbook, guilt tripping. This is where they take your own conscience and turn it into a weapon against you.
Now, what's so interesting about this slide is how it frames guilt as a pure strategy. We're not talking about genuine hurt feelings here. We're talking about manufacturing a sense of obligation. See, by making you feel guilty, they control what you do. They keep the power dynamic totally in their favor, and they make you dependent on them for forgiveness. But it's not just the negative emotions that get weaponized. Next up, we're going to explore how even positive feelings like affection and flattery can be twisted into tools for control. And this is called love bombing. At first, it feels amazing. I mean, who doesn't want to be showered with affection? But our source material is really clear about this. Its purpose is to speed up intimacy and quickly build an emotional dependency that, you guessed it, can be exploited later on. This slide lays out the three-step process perfectly. First, there's this overwhelming affection that creates a really powerful and often blinding connection. Then they use that bond to make you totally dependent on them. And once that dependency is locked in, that's when they start to exert control for their own personal gain. So, how can you tell the difference? Well, our source gives us some pretty clear red flags. Is all that flattery just empty words? Does it happen right before they try to isolate you from your friends or ask for something totally unreasonable? Oh, and you gotta watch out for that my way or the highway attitude. See, genuine affection empowers you. Manipulative flattery wants to control you. Okay, so we've seen the how, all the tactics and techniques, but the big question is still just hanging there. Why? Why do people do these things? If you take away just one thing from this section, let it be this image. Because whether we're talking about gaslighting or guilt tripping or love bombing, these behaviors almost always boil down to one primary, super powerful motivation: control. But as this slide shows, that need for control can come from a lot of different places. Our source material points to really deep-seated issues, things like low self-esteem, a fear of being abandoned, or even past trauma. So a lot of the time, it's not even about you personally. It's about their own unresolved issues and their need to feel powerful by, diminishing someone else. So how do you tell the difference in the end? The key is always in the outcome. Genuine care empowers you. It builds your confidence and respects who you are. Calculated control, like we've seen, does the exact opposite. It's all about diminishing you. The goal of this explainer isn't to make you paranoid, but to make you aware. Because seeing the strings, that's the first and most powerful step you can take to cutting them for good.